Hey guys, welcome back to Roxy Motorsport here with FSM of the F1 Championship here at China. Straight away, Noah in the Tomcat and the Alfa Romeo AlphaTauri, so go around and gets rejoined and almost gets massive crash there. Almost, and I feel like it could have been if ghosting was off, but it in fact was on, which saved Noah here. As he comes to the line, he's going to be thankful it stayed him because he goes fastest across the line. Great job by Noah to get himself on provisional pole. However, next up, cross lines, his teammate Interlagos doesn't beat him. However, Gunn gets Interlagos and pips P2 there. It's a good job by Interlagos indeed, but wasn't as good job as Gunn managed to do, as JJ gets himself into P7 as well. And Utty Elephant invalidates his lap, so that is the end of qualifying, with Noah who spun on pole position. Now here we go for the race, and 5 red lights. Who's it going to be? At the end of this one, Noah gets a great start, who is Tomcat and the AlphaTauri. Gunn alongside gets an equally good start, but it's the guy in 3rd place in the McLaren who even got a better jump, but he's got nowhere to go. Has dropped back behind the Red Bull of Interlagos, is now side by side still between Tomcat and Gunn, but looks like Tomcat's going to get the position here out of turn 4, which is a tricky corner here on the power. Easy to lose the rails. We're seeing now as Joe's in the wall. There's always one every race, and sadly it's Joe this time round. As now dive bomb here from YOI up the inside the AlphaTauri of G-Buck. Great move there from YOI as he gets the position. Now heading into the fast left-hander, side by side, still between YOI and JJ, and it looks like YOI is going to hold on to that position for now. Now then, JJ, can he respond on YOI going into left-hander here? He can't, although he's missed the apex by a mile there, and it looks like G-Bark was looking up the inside. They're side by side, but it looks like JJ just managed to collect that position up together. And now the Renault driver of Mega Centurion's getting involved, but he looked up the inside only to get it sideswiped by G-Bark slightly there, as G-Bark decides to go for the move. Now Mega around the outside, there's contact between him and JJ. JJ going for a little half rotation there, managing to keep the car under control there. Great driving there. As side by side again between APX Racing and Utty Elephant at the end of lap 3, with Utty Elephant using the slipstream to get past him and his teammate by the looks of it, as Utty Elephant manages to go from P10 already into P3. Great start from him in this Grand Prix. And it's now Interlagos pits, so I don't know if he had front wing damage there, but he's had to pit. Get out of the frame there on lap 4. Very early with pitting, as looking up the inside there was G-Bark on Mega Centurion. At turn 1, he's going to keep his nose in there. Slight bit of contact between the pair there through turn 1. Now on to turn 2, tricky corner as it then goes into turn 3 here on the exit. Very easy to lose the rear like we've seen by Joe. And now going into turn 5, this tricky hairpin right-hander. Down the inside goes G-Bark on Mega Centurion. It doesn't quite work. Mega gets the extra rotation and the better traction out the corner and keeps that position. Now the two racing points working together here. It's further back. G-Bark has hit the back of Mega Centurion, and that is spun Mega around, and Mega's losing a lot of position here. As now JJ's coming into the frame and gets past Mega, who was spun on the left-hand side. Great job by G-Bark to wait, but I mean that's not going to lessen his penalty probably if there is one. As XRL Cornish and Chris going at it. Chris going for a huge dive bomb there. Didn't quite work out for him. As into the pits goes Cornish here to get his tyres changed, maybe a front wing change there as well, as now Mega gets past JJ a couple of laps later. Now on lap 5, the same lap as we've just seen JJ get passed by Mega. It's Utty Elephant versus APX Racing here for P3 in this race once again. Purple sector there by Utty Elephant. But on those vehicle fan tyres, it's not going to do much against the soft, especially if you're not using overtake. Neither of these drivers choose overtake, in fact, and it looks like Utty Elephant's going to use the DRS and the slipstream to get past APX. Is APX going to do the cutback? Not quite. Now, looking from the overhead shot on lap 6, it is YOY versus the racing point of Chris here. Now, it should literally be YOY getting past Chris here, and it is by looks of it with the helicopter shot. You can see YOY is already in front before the DRS point. That is crucial for this pass to be easily secured and done before the braking zone. Now YOY is going to cut across Chris here, get the position done, and that is YOY up to P3 in this race. See what happens when the pit stop comes out, see where people are. Obviously for now he can just celebrate that P3. Now here comes Interlagos and Gunn by looks of it, they go side by side. Although going back to Chris here on YOY, these two continuing to battle. And looks like Chris gets to move back again. Although YY fighting back in big style here on the exit, gets a much better exit than Chris, go around the outside and gets that move back done, and will have the inside for the right hander here, so he's going to keep that position for now. These two having a great battle. Meanwhile, further back it's Mega versus YY as Chris decides to pit, YY decides to stay out, and as you see here, Mega easily passed, I would expect, on those fresher tyres at this point in the race, and he gets past YY. Although YY is much later on the brakes and almost tagged the back of Mega. That was close, but it didn't seem to be. Now further back down the grid, you see JJ and Joe. Joe been closing down on JJ this whole time, as JJ's made a huge mistake at turn 1, going off the track and saying hello to the marshals, which is not something I think he would have wanted to do. Anyway, on board with G-Bark now, as YY versus G-Bark's bulk of that. But that battle is pretty much sorted that self out already. As the two teammates now, Tomcat's now starting to go all the back of G-Bark as well on lap 11. Now they're going to cross the line. It looks like G-Bark's going to hold on to position for now. See what happens between these two as a couple laps later. G-Bark and Tomcat. Tomcat goes round the outside of turn 1. Slight little bit of contact there. I don't know if it's lag of contact on their screen. But on my screen, it's a little bit of lag being played here, a little bit more lag there as well, and a bit more lag, and off goes Tomcat. The teammates have collided. Tomcat's gone for a spin, and I have to admit, arguably was in the position to win this race. Has now gone for a rotation, and that is not going to help him at all in this one. As now APX Racing's all over the back of Interlagos. APX is going to do this switch back here to get the move back on Interlagos. He doesn't. Now on lap 15, G-Bark and YY going at it. As Mega Security decides to go to the pits, but it's about G-Bark getting past here. Getting past YY. And he gets the move done there. Now, on board with Gun, is he continuing to lead this race? There's a little bit of lag there for Tomcat, who gets past, LT Elephant gets past him with the lag. That's unlucky for Tomcat. That little bit of lag has cost him the position. Landing into turn 1, big contact here between Joe and JJ. I think Joe was caught out by JJ braking earlier into turn 1. That happens from time to time. Now into the hairpin, a big mistake there from the McLaren driver all over the curb, getting a bad exit. It's now all about, can Elephant regain this P1 position? A little bit of contact there into the last corner. It's going to be nowhere back into the play of Tomcat. And the side by side up to the line. Is Tomcat going to be able to get this, or is it going to be Elephant? Well, Tomcat gets the position into turn 1. But Elephant, being opportunist there, is still stayed up the inside. There's contact between the pair of them. That turn 1, heading into turn 2 then. A little bit more lag there. I thought we were going to see a repeat of the incident between the teammates earlier on, but thankfully managed to stay clear of that out on the exit. Now heading into turn 5, the tricky right-hander here. It is still Elephant with the inside line and Noah on the outside, so it should be Elephant holding on position, which it is. A great job by that defending, well, technically re-overtaking. As now Gun, as Chris loses the rear quite badly there, and it looks like G-Bark is going to be able to get past, and his Gun going to be able to take advantage of this. He has it now, Gun's off onto the infield. This is going to be a big impact in the wall, and it is. He's broken his front wing, lucky to not lose the tyre, but that is Gun's race thrown away just like that. Incident involving him and Chris. Now, XRL Cornish, we've seen a little bit of him recently today, not a lot, getting up the inside there of APX Racing. It's a nice little move there. Now, round the outside goes Interlagos of Chris. As Interlagos has got both the racing points right behind him. That's not something you would want on the straight on these realistic cars. But he's managed to keep the position, as now I think that might have been Chris letting through Cornish there. See what happens between these two later on in the race. Talking about these two, XRL Cornish all over the back of Interlagos here. And he goes for a huge dive bomb, does Cornish. Forces off G-Bark. And that's not going to be... that's definitely going to be Stewart inquiry on that one, I feel. Anyway, heading back into the hairpin a couple laps later. It's now G-Bark versus Interlagos into the hairpin one more time. As, well, a little bit of contact between the pair there. That was evident. Heading into the... now going into the last corner here. It is G-Bark with the advantage up the inside on the last corner. Loses the rear. Did he lose? Did he just lose the rear? He did. G-Bark is off and he's into the wall and he's out of the race on lap 25. And that is going to be a frustrating one for him indeed. Didn't really want to throw that one away, but it is what it is. He's got to move on now. Now it's Gun versus Joe Pilkey for the last, well, couple of points. P9 in this race. Is Gun going to get this move done? most likely. There's not much Joe can do on this Mugelhan tyres. As Gunn on those softs, is he going to be able to get this move done? He is, in fact. Or is he on the brakes? Gunn swipes across the nose with Joe. Joe not going to be able to get the switch back. Now, Utty Elephant towards the line to win this race. The Chinese Grand Prix goes to Elephant. Great job by him. P2 going to this man, Mason Turing. Great performance from him. He's been like at the back most of this race. Being spun around at one point as well. And I feel if he wasn't spun around, it could have been Elephant versus Mega. As now coming to P3 in the race is Tomcat to get P3 after a spin. Once again, he could have been in that 5P1 if he had not had that spin with his teammate. And XRL Cornish, pretty much superb job by him, overtaking, defending. As coming home in P5 is Interlagos, although it isn't, because Interlagos got P4. APX Racing gets P5 due to penalties of Cornish, who drops down to P6. Now, Wise looks like it's going to come home with a lovely P7 for him. Still got quite a bit of ERS there left, I noticed. So he could have used up a little bit more than that in the race. And I think he's going to be looking back on that and feel the same way. It's JJ now coming across the line as well to pick up P11. No points for him this time round, but I'm sure he'll be looking for the points next time. As Gunn comes home in P9 after that last little minute battle between him and Joe for that position. As you see here as well, the penalties, plenty to celebrate. For the likes of Elephant, who didn't really have much issues that race. And then that is the way it'll go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and goodbye.